That's what.
That would be a legal issue, not, I mean, he said he would comply, and we could make a note of that.
Well, actually, he hasn't. He said he does comply with them. He didn't say he will comply with them. He said he does comply with them, and if we approve the site plan, it would. So I'm just asking, when we approve the site plan, does it include the building materials in the site plan? Also, typically it does not. Okay.
Unless the planning commission, now y'all may be acting the planning commission and request certain things that are in the site plan.
Okay. All right.
And they make those agreements or make those conditions.
All right. All right. So I'm back. All right. So I'm back to my original question. Mr. Gilbert, let's address you directly. Will you be willing to retroactively obligate yourself if we pass that ordinance to comply with it and not change your design or anything so that it will comply with that ordinance, everything that's in that ordinance? Would you be
Based
correct?
on what we read, Mr. Harmon, I think we meet those.
And you would continue to comply with them and
That's correct.
okay, and so we will put that in whatever, if it's approved, we will put that in.
Mr. Harmon,
Okay.
for point of clarity from my understanding, and thank you, Mr. Gilbert, for standing right there. So if any vote is taken by the council, and maybe it's a Steve question, Attorney Cobb, can those stipulated agreements, I do respect the gentleman who said things in writing because that's what a site plan is. So if anything happens, those stipulated agreements that we verbally heard tonight, could that be in any kind of a motion that's made tonight?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that point. Great. And Mr. Giles, I have a question for you, if you were through, Mr. Harmon.
It's Giles.
Is it Giles? Thank you, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you for correcting me. I was questioning about the cars, and I do have a point of you know, as an educator, children is my #1 priority. So, in this particular arena here, in the number of cars, and I'm hearing the numbers here, how many of these apartments or units are 1 bedroom versus 2 bedroom, or does it mean, obviously, what's the history of the 200, I mean, I already figured out 264 cars myself, as someone else did, and there's 207 parking spaces. What's the typical accommodation for that? I don't know.
Well,
Educate me.
Typically, and I just did a client apartments in Little Rock, they have a mix of single bedroom and double and even 3 bedroom, but I have to rely on my client and his experts. Yeah, oh, there you go.
Mr. Gilbert, I apologize for putting it to him.
No, Ms. Williams, would you repeat that?
What is the historical number of, I mean, I know, what's the longitudinal data that talks about how many cars are needed in this kind of complex? I mean, if there's very possible 264, 2 people per home, and there's only 207 spots, what's the overflow parking plan? Am I asking that right? Maybe Mike, you're the one.
Your city code has a requirement for parking spaces based on the number of units, which he has to meet.
Right, and I understand that, and I heard him say he met the minimum. My question was, is it possible, is that minimum good enough? And maybe, I mean, I understand we may have to prove some codes later on. I think this has brought some really eye-opening conversation for this council, for myself particularly. But I don't want parking on Johnson. And so I don't need overflow, and I'm just asking a question.
Right now, he exceeds that minimum requirement, but when we submit the formal plans to your city staff that reviews these, plus your code enforcement officers, we'll look at that. Right now, we exceed the minimum that's in your code requirement.
Johnson can be made a no parking street.
And it ought to be with the buses.
So, I mean, it should be anyway.
Totally.
Other stuff that the cops need to be.
Okay, thank you. They've not answered the question bottom line.
Is there any more questions or comments from the council?